Okay, so now we have imported and installed pandas, we are ready to start doing some coding. Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by creating my own data set, and we'll just call it, let's call it my data set. And the way that we create our own data set is by having squiggly brackets. I'm going to press enter, and I'm going to put all of the relevant information in here for my data set, so everything that I need. And this is just the standard of how you can create your own data set in Python. So my example, and I'm going to write it up here. So let's say we have a vehicle company and they sell, let's say 3 different types of vehicles, and they record how many of each vehicle is in stock. So what we will do is we will start by creating a string. We'll call it vehicle. We will put a colon, and we will create our own list. And inside this list, this will be the number of the specific vehicles. So let's say we've got car, bicycle, can't spell bicycle, there we go, motorbike, and I could add another in here. We could say truck, I guess. We'll have 4. So there we go, we've defined vehicle. We've got the 4 different types of vehicle this company has, and now what I'm going to say is I'm going to say, okay, how many of those are in stock? So we've got in stock, and I'm going to write numbers in here. So let's say we've got, I don't know, 20 cars, or maybe 10 cars, 20 bicycles, 15 motorbikes, and let's say 5 trucks. Okay, awesome. That here should have a comma, I forgot about that. So essentially whenever you have a data set, you will start with, I suppose, the column header. So here we have vehicle. We specify the vehicles in this list. We will then separate the next header with a comma, and we'll say, okay, in stock, and then corresponding we'll say, okay, there are 10 cars, 20 bicycles, 15 motorbikes, and 5 trucks. You can add another thing in here, and it could be how healthy they are, how old they are, but I'm going to omit that just from this kind of just from this code here, just while we're understanding things to begin with. Okay, so what we can do now is we can start incorporating pandas, and we can say, okay, let's create our own data frame. So I'm going to say my data frame is pd.dataframe, and inside here I'm going to say my data set. Okay, awesome. So there we go, we've created a data frame. This is the pandas. So pandas is creating a data frame. Notice we have pd because we've imported pandas as pd. If you didn't have this as pd here, you'd simply just put pandas and it would do the exact same thing. So my data frame, we've created a data frame from this data set, and now when I print my data frame, notice what happens. Okay, so we'll run this. Awesome, look at that. So we have our own data frame there. We have the vehicle, which are run down here. We have how many of those are in stock. They're all down here. And then we just have an index here. So this is the 0th element, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, kind of like with lists. And I'll be showing you how you can change these on the side in a moment. Awesome. So there we go. That is creating our very own data frame. How awesome is that? You can, as I said, add some extra features into here and manipulate this data frame, and Python literally produces this specific data frame. How cool is that? So I'm just going to hashtag some text into here and explain what I mean. So I'll talk through it. So datasets in Python are multiple dimensional tables, and what that means is they're not just a 1-by-1 table. It means you can have different dimensions, so you can have different elements in here. The multi-dimensional tables, and that's what's really, really cool, is you can actually have so many different features in a specific data set. So the multiple dimensional tables, which you write as pd.dataframe, which is what we've written here. And the data frame is essentially the whole table of data, so it's everything we have here, so this whole data set. And what I will be exploring later is something known as series, and series are essentially just, let's say, this section here, so just like one line of a data frame, and we'll be exploring that later. But for now, I'm going to be showing you how you can recall elements in a data frame. Very, very easy. So we've got this my data frame, and what you can say is my data frame, which is the data frame that we have here, you can say .lock, and then we're going to put an index, so let's say 0. Now I will show you what happens when we print this. I'll run. Okay, so this is what we printed before. This is the entire data frame, and then this section here we have notice that we have the first element in the data frame. So we have vehicle is the car, and how many are in stock are 10. So we've got 10. Awesome. And here this is just basically saying, okay, the name is 0 because that's what it is when we write here, so 0, and it's just an object. So I'll just say here this returns the first row in the data frame, and similarly we can extend that further. We can say this returns the first and let's say third row, and the way that we do that is I'm just going to copy what we've done before, put it in here, and you just put a comma in here and the next row that you want to produce, so 2. So it'll produce hopefully motorbike and 15, and also car and 10 because we have 0 and 2 defined. So I'll just run this, see what happens. Oh, okay, so we've got an error, and that is because I haven't put extra brackets around here, and that's what we need to do. Okay, I'll just run that again. There we go. So it's produced 0 and 2, so 0 and 2. I can put a 1 in there, and let's hope it'll produce 0 and 1. Awesome. How many elements have we got in it? We've got 3, so I could put 3 in here, and it will produce the final. So there we go. Awesome. That's how you return the first, and I will just say here 2 for the third row. Now what you can do is you can take a slice. So I'll say we can take a slice, and all that we do there is, I'll just copy this again, is we say 0 to 2, and that will take a slice from the 0th element to the second. So I'll show you what happens. It will do a slice between 0 and 2. There we go. 0 and 2. Awesome. So that's how we have set up a data frame and how we also locate specific rows within a data frame. Honestly, really, really cool, and definitely something that I enjoy a lot with Pandas. So that has been the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please give this video a big thumbs up, and if you want to support the channel even further, then hit the subscribe button and the bell notification with it so you don't miss out on any future videos, and also check out the donation link in the description of this video. But for now, I will see you all in the next video.